Hi again, and welcome to the penultimate clip in our Semantics series. We have already talked about major concepts, models, and ideas of semantics in the 4 previous clips. So head right over if you want to find out more about sign models, feature semantics, connotation and frame, and prototype theory. Today, we are dealing with a lot of fancy new words that all describe sense relations, so the semantic link between words. We will be using our favourite tool, the bone model, to explain to you exactly what kind of sense relations there are. We speak of synonymy when 2 signifiers stand for the same signified. But remember, there are no full synonyms, as connotations differ, like in flat and apartment, the American equivalent. 2 identical words with different senses are called homonyms. There are special forms of homonymy, like full homonymy, where words are written and pronounced the same, like bank, the bank where you get your money, and bank, the river bank, or bat, as in the animal that flies at night, and bat, the club you hit balls with. And then we have homography, where the words are spelt the same but are pronounced differently, as in lead, the metal, and lead, the past tense of lead. And homophony, where the words sound the same but the spelling differs, as in sea, looking, and the sea, the ocean. Polysemy describes one word with 2 or more related senses. Glass can be the glass you drink wine out of, or the substance that windows are made of. Semantics defines different types of opposites, antonymy. Binary antonymy works on an either-or basis with 2 poles and nothing in between, like dead and alive. Here, negating one means claiming the other. Not dead means alive. Gradable antonymy, as the name suggests, allows for expressions between the 2 poles, like in hot or cold. Gradable antonyms can be intensified by saying very hot, and they can take the comparison by saying colder than ice. Converses describe the same relationship but from the opposite point of view, like husband or wife. Or, if Mrs. Werewolf sells an object to Mr. Werewolf, then selling and buying describes the same process but from a different perspective. And then we have directional opposites. As you may have guessed, these forms of antonyms describe movements or positions of opposite direction, like up and down or rise and fall. There are also such sense relations that are of a hierarchical nature, so semantic super and subordination, like in hyponymy. Hyponyms are sense relations that work by the formula X is a Y, as in a parrot is a bird. The subordinate term, symbolized by the X, is called a hyponym. The superordinate term, the Y, is called the hyperonym. You can create a hyponym by adding a feature to the Y term's intension. So, by adding colourful feathers or can speak to the intention of bird, you create the hyponym parrot. The next hierarchical sense relation is called meronymy. Here we can also use a formula to describe the relationship, namely X is a part of Y. So the fingernail is a part of the finger. And the finger is a part of the hand. And the hand is a part of the arm. The subordinate X term is called a meronym. The superordinate Y term is called a holonym. If you are unsure which hierarchical sense relation you are dealing with, do a test with the formulas. Another difference is transitivity. The hyponym-hyperonym relationship allows to leave out some steps in between. So a parrot is a bird, and a parrot is a creature. This is still a correct sentence. And although the fingernail is technically a part of the arm, the sentence, the fingernail is a part of the arm, seems a bit odd, as it leaves out the hand-finger bit in between. Phew! Quite a lot of new words and ideas to learn there. Let's just summarize this in our checklist, shall we? We've talked about synonyms, where two signifiers stand for the same signified. We talked about homonymy, where two identical words have different senses. Remember, full homonymy, homography, and homophony. And then we talked about polysemy, where one word has two or more related senses. We also talked about opposites and antonyms, as in binary antonyms that work with the either-or approach, or gradable antonyms that have expressions between the two poles. Converses are sense relations that describe the same relationship but from opposite perspectives. Directional opposites, as the name suggests, deal with movement or position in opposite direction. And finally, we talked about hierarchical sense relations, like hyponymy, that can be described by the formula X is a Y, and meronymy, which can be described by the formula X is a part of Y. So much to sense relations. The next clip, and the last clip of semantics, deals with metaphor and metonymy.